Hi, Sag. We are going to go ahead and tap into your energy right now. This is for a Sagittarian. Ooh, excuse me. We're going to tap in. I don't know what to expect here, but we're going to tap in. I was just reminded again to do a reading for you guys. First, we have the Chariot. I'm following the rhythm here. Something 33 is moving fast, pretty fast. Moving in pretty fast, rapidly, okay? This is a marriage. This is creating something. Ooh, 9 of Swords. 55, heavy on lack of sleep. Heavy on lack of sleep. Someone is way in their head, way too much. Sagittarius, it's like 111, you want to go fast. You want to go fast. I feel like when you feel like you need to go faster, to get into a new hobby or a craft, okay, this could even involve you moving your body for our Sag, okay? I feel like there's a lot mentally, yes, but emotionally, okay, don't get deceived. Don't get deceived. Okay, I'm following the rhythm here. I didn't expect this to be this type of vibe, honestly, because when I went into it, it was like an even more expanded energy, but I feel like you know what I mean when I say that. It's an even more expanded energy. Emotionally, I feel like you're being pulled. Okay, thank you, guide me, my wise angels. You're getting pulled in different directions, Sagittarius, okay? 2, 3, 4. You're getting pulled in different directions. And I'm getting, okay, 7 of Cups, don't be fooled. Don't be fooled, okay? Because I feel like there's a lot of mirroring going on. There's a lot of mirroring going on. So don't be fooled, okay? Sweet aroma. I just heard sweet aroma. That could be for somebody. Sweet aroma. I love that. Your sweet candor is very much recognized, Sagittarius, and it's very sweet like honey. You're very sweet. You're such a darling. 333. It's sometimes that type of energy attracts. It is very attractive. 44. Your sweet candor is very much recognized, like noticed. So that amplifies your aura. And that is shiny to one who is not very much in their authenticity and secure when it comes to their self-esteem. That's interesting, Sagittarius. I feel like you are also unblocking others when you are showing this sweet type of gesture that you present, if you will, to the world. If you are a rising Sag, this is a very heavy energy coming up for you. 444, as I say that. Yes, but it comes a lot with caution, because you're a bait and you can easily get pulled in. It's like you're used as a bait. You're easily pulled in to others' sneaky, deceiving motives we don't want to get into, and we're going to clear that energy out because it's all right. I feel like you beat yourself up. I do this as well. I'm a rising Sag. But this applies to all Sagittarians, okay? If you have Sag in your chart, it could be that, oh my gosh, it could be that your energy is so fueled up. You have become a mirror for everybody around you, Sag. Ooh, I love where this energy is going. 555. Thank you, Sag. You see, we have the Chariot. It's really hard to knock you down right now. It's really hard for our Sag, it's really hard for you guys to get knocked down right now because you're so heavily focused that if anybody tries to even distract your focus, you end up knocking them down, and then it inspires them to even go in that same pace as you are. 33. I'm gonna clarify the 9 of Wands. Where that's coming from. Okay. Projections. And there's something very, very significant about mirroring. And I feel like that's something that you're aware of, Sag. 9 of Swords. Mirroring, because you can see it. You can see it, you know. And I'm gonna leave it at that. I feel like you know what I'm talking about when I mean like you can see it. The mirroring. It's a bit uncomfortable, and I feel like that's why it's a 9 of Swords. It's a bit uncomfortable. Wow. Because I'm being led to understand and really understand authenticity right now. Because there is this like feeling, you know, like this spiritual warfare that's happening. You just wreak havoc. You have this power to wreak havoc, but it's in a way where it too inspires others to change. Perhaps 844, it causes a lot of earthquake in one's temple, because this requires temple maintenance. Glory be to God. You should eat. That's a message. You are highly spiritual. And how you speak to your spirit team, how you speak to your spirit team, and how you speak to yourself, it is a lot with gentleness and honor. I feel like I have to emphasize honor. Okay. It's very gentle. For some, it's very traditional. You are a highly intuitive warrior, Sagittarius. And we may even say that our Sagittarians, and I can't believe I'm only 10 minutes in this reading. I feel like I've gone a lot more. Dang it, where did I go? You guys are just highly spirited warriors. You don't mean to come off as somebody who knows it all. On top of that, you having this sweet candor that attracts everybody in the room, and it almost takes away other people's light and dims other people's light in the room. 11:11. Sagittarius, don't get deceived. Don't get deceived. I feel like that's what the Nine of Swords is. 11:22. The moment you feel like you're being deceived, this instant creep of, this instant like PTSD. Because above all, keep loving one another earnestly, since love covers a multitude of sins. 1 Peter 4, verse 8. Yeah. It is more to you, Sagittarius, for I know the plans I have for you. Jeremiah 29, verse 11. You are who you are, okay? As authentic as possible. For God gave us a spirit not of fear, but of power and love and sound mind. It says self-control. But I like sound mind better. 2 Timothy 1, verse 7, 27. You're just very authentic in your way, Sagittarius. Like, it literally shakes people's temple. 44. And it may even like question where they are with their religious belief, or where they are with their spirituality, because you've dug deeper. You have spirituality is a practice, but it is also a lot of shadow integration. That when one becomes very in tune with their spirituality, their thyself, if you will, I am, especially when you know that you've been through a lot in life, some things that you couldn't explain to people and understand even in your own comprehension, Sagittarius, because you are like, you are the galaxy. Ooh. You are literally a galaxy on your own. And if you have Sagittarius placement, how you gain and digest wisdom and knowledge in your experiences, how you articulate it in your mind, it's expansive. It's like history, a gallery. Your authenticity is scaring people. You are in fact an avatar. You are, I heard make-believe. you're not real to some. You're not real to some, and I feel like what that means is like, because God gave us a spirit not of fear but of power, love, and sound mind. It's like you've become that person who's become really calm. You've become really calm, and even so more strong in your authenticity. That's so funny, because we are going through heavy spiritual initiation and warfare, right? So your authenticity, it makes people question where they are with themselves when it comes to their spiritual maintenance, spiritual cleansing. You come so brand new, freshness to somebody's mind. And I love also this, I love that the cultural card came out, because I feel like this speaks a lot about how a Sagittarian can easily relate, or it's a sense of camaraderie. I like that word, camaraderie. Very welcoming gesture, friendly, candor, very friendly. Okay. And perhaps some people can't help but to gravitate themselves towards this type of energy. But let's say that you come across somebody who doesn't really embody their authenticity. This is where it gets pretty interesting for our Sagittarians, because you know right away that when somebody is not really fully in their authenticity, you have to tone it down a little bit. I'm following the rhythm here. You have to tone it down a little bit. But it's not like you want to, Sagittarius. You just want to continue being your authentic self. But you know you have to turn it off a little bit. You have to tone it down a little bit. I obviously did not turn it down with my nails. I really wanted it to be bright. I told myself, I actually kept it blank for a while to, let it breathe, let my nails breathe. I actually wanted French white tips, but that's later. But for now, I wanted to do blue, and I told myself that I wanted it to be a bright blue. I didn't quite know which kind of blue hue it would be, but I came up with this, and I'm obviously not toning it down. I'm not toning it down. I'm a rising Sag, okay? It's like this part of myself, I feel like I have to keep private to myself. Like, when we have suppressed our Sagittarian for a while, you get a little, I don't want to say the word depressed. Maybe depressed is not the word, but a bit off. Like, you're not yourself. And Sagittarius, you are the best when you are just being yourself. You are very quite loud, just like my nails. I'll show you guys my toes. I'm just kidding. You guys don't want to turn it down, but you know you have to turn it down. And I think that this is you just like seeing life in such a grand I just heard Mercedes. That could be somebody's name, Mercedes, or the car, Mercedes. Justice. I heard Cancer. You know a Cancer. Yes, so this could be a friend. Ooh, interesting. This could be a Cancer friend. You guys hang out. They bring you balance. They bring you balance. Because you stay in, you could have Cancer in your chart. Justice. I love when I get justice in my readings. A balance here between a Cancer and you, Sagittarius. They bring you balance. Because you know that you're too much, or you could be a bit much, that Cancer is going to bring a lot of balance. Maybe even in your mood state. Am I saying that right? Why do I not sound right when I say that? Your mood state. To check yourself. Page of Swords, to check yourself. And so what happens to our Sagittarians is like when you've been for quite some time, okay, your Sagittarius gets suppressed. This side of you, this bubbly side of you, your body, it gets pretty tense and tight, uptight. That you're gonna wanna have, yes, a water sign around you, water around you, maybe even giving yourself a bath, because that's gonna give you the balance that you need in your body to unwind, to not be so in tension, but more at ease. 2244. You have been way too hard on your body lately. And I think that comes with the projections that you get. The weight of that projection, I feel like that's very significant for our Sagittarians. The weight of the projections. You might want to ease off on your sensory if you need, Sag, to have a day to just be by yourself, or even be around trees and out in nature. If you have time to just sit with yourself, I think that's going to be a breather, a nice, relaxing moment for a Sagittarian here, okay? Because you know what you have been experiencing, Sag? It's this constant loop of being in spiritual warfare. It's this constant cycle of being spiritually attacked. And that puts heavy weight on your shoulders. As the Seven of Swords and the Four of Wands come out. That weighs heavy on your shoulders, Sag. But you don't also want to be the one to talk back and over-explain yourself. I know who I am. That attitude comes out a little bit, Page of Swords. And I know what you're trying to deliver, which I'm not going to invite or participate in because I know it's a lot of projections and not something that I want to entertain, right? That attitude, Page of Swords, that's not what I want to entertain. I know what you're bringing to me, Seven of Swords. And a Sagittarius is like, I know where that's going and I don't want to go there. Your spiritual eye, your pineal gland is speaking. You also may be experiencing heavy ringing in your ear. Whether it is left or right, it don't matter. There's something very significant about this Knight of Coins. You're like ancient. You are ancient. But you can look very young. You see how youthful and still developing, right, this man. Knight, okay, that is someone who's got a very youthful energy, even, or personality. That's a Sagittarius. A Sagittarius is somebody who carries that charm. Sweet candor is, I keep wanting to say that. And so it's like people can't help but to like hate you a little bit because like you look young, your skin looks good, your hair looks good, and you feel good about yourself, your confidence, right? Your confidence is exuding. And also you hold wisdom. The Hierophant. 33. So it's like, yeah, you're ancient and you're spiritual. And that to people is very foreign. You're authentic. You're not one who is usually seen in the wild. You are the wild. Be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love. Ephesians 4, verse 2. Now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. Hebrews 11, verse 1. I'll see you guys in the next.